church in ruins.
Near the Valley of the Lepers, there was an abandoned church called San Damiano. It was there that people with leprosy would go to pray, or simply to look at the crucifix on the church altar. In the midst of their pain, for many, it was the house of the Lord.
Francis, go and rebuild my beloved church, which, as you can see, is currently in a state of disrepair and ruin.
Have you seen what Pietro Bernardone's son is doing? Ma'am, that young Francis has gone completely mad.
Francis was the talk of the town. Some saw him as a madman, others with pity.
Francis, I heard you're rebuilding a little church. Look, you can have this little card of mine.
But one heart in particular was moved to the very depths of its soul. Look, cousin, Francis has taken stones and sand to that little church in ruins. Moved by the ideal of service, Francis understood that he needed to rebuild the house of Jesus. So great was his desire to bring Jesus to these brothers who suffered so much that he himself would accompany them to the little church and then back to the valley where they lived. His heart strongly evokes Jesus, remembering how he cared for those who were also despised.
I need to find Francis and understand what is happening to him. Francis, my friend, I need your help.
Bernard, it's so good to see you.
3 years had passed since the day Francis completely changed his way of life. During this period, Bernard, who was his friend, sought to be closer to Francis to understand what was happening to him. Looking for a reason to have his friend nearby, Bernard asked for help to organize one of the rooms in his large house. Francis joyfully fulfilled his friend's request, serving him with affection, and that night would be unforgettable.
Jesus, thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be with my dear friend Bernard. I'm so happy I can be here, serving him in these small tasks. Often, Lord, the way of life our society imposes ends up pushing us away from you. And so I pray, Lord, sustain my dear friend, so that wherever he may be, his heart may be turned towards you. May he seek you, Lord, desire your company, your presence, to be by your side and walk with you. As if we were in those radiant days of Capernaum when you were among us, and those who hungered and thirsted for your light came to you. May he have that hunger, that thirst for you.
When he hears his friend's prayer, he feels a peace he would never forget. The next morning, Bernard begins to see Francis not just as a friend, but as a brother in ideals. He wants to join him and follows his friend to the Valley of the Lepers. It was then that Bernard felt something he had never experienced in his life, the joy of serving. They spend the afternoon talking, and Bernard asks his friend what to do now.
Francis, I've never felt so good. Something fills me now that I can't explain.
I understand, Bernard. You know, I've been reflecting a lot on how Jesus lived his life. And what moves me most is how he lived, serving everyone. And that is the path I want to follow, serving but seeking to see each person I serve as a dearly loved brother or sister. And I can tell you, dear friend, that ever since, I felt something different inside me, something that has given meaning to my life and fills me like nothing ever has before.
Here it says, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
He no longer has any doubts. He would be by Francis's side until the end. And soon, another friendly heart arrives.
Francis, Bernard, I want to join you. Will you have me? My dear friend Peter.
Of course.
As Bernard and Peter walked and talked happily, an interested gaze followed them.
My God, did I really see that? They are happy to serve. I must meet them. Francis, my name's Giles.
May I join you?
Of course. Welcome, Brother Giles.
One day, Francis and Giles went to a nearby city. At the entrance, they found an elderly woman in need of help. The friends then looked for a job where they could serve in exchange for something material to offer the lady. The help was offered and also observed by another heart that longed for this way of life.
Hi, could I join you? I saw what you did for that lady. Yes, what's your name? Crispinian?
Clare now helped Francis and his brothers in every way she could. She felt, without knowing how, like a sister in their ideals. Now Francis had a small group of brothers who, just like him, sought to live the gospel with a contagious joy. Clare already served her younger brothers, but now, seeing that others were joining Francis, she couldn't contain her happiness and thought that maybe she could be with them too. However, the next day,
Claire, we have excellent news for you. Your mother and I have already decided who you will marry.
in her prayers, Clare understood what her way of life should be. She would not be like a sister who stands beside him, but like a mother who cares for and supports her beloved children. The next morning, radiant, Clare went to talk to Francis about her reflections. They had arranged for her to leave the house at night through a hidden door so she couldn't be seen. Peter met her on the way, accompanying her safely to the little church of San Damiano.
Ela queria servir a Deus e uma família ela criou pelas mãos de Francisco que sempre a guiou. Em sua humildade fazia tudo com amor. No seu silêncio servia ao Senhor. Ela queria servir a Deus e uma família ela criou pelas mãos de Francisco que sempre a guiou. Em sua humildade fazia tudo com amor. No seu silêncio servia ao Senhor. No seu silêncio servia ao Senhor.
Good morning. We need help.
Good morning. My name is Antonio. Welcome. How can I assist you?